Alright guys, you know, I don't usually try to make videos on the fly like this. I have to go through a big headache and all that to set all this up, so usually I don't try to do videos randomly unless it's a topic that's like really bad, and especially if it's a topic about that one game that I really don't like, Mortal Kombat. So yeah, I'm making a video talking about Mortal Kombat, and it's gonna be depressing again, and I don't like doing this stuff, okay? But this is kinda actually like bigger than MK, and bigger than fighting games, and bigger than like, this is like apocalyptic shit, okay? So like, yeah, we gotta discuss, guys. If you're a fan of fighting games, this is dark times. Okay, we should be playing City of the Wolves. If you're a fan of MK, you probably already freaking hate me, and that's intentional. I go out of my way to distance myself from the franchise and the community, so if you hate me, then thank you, because I want you to. But here's the deal, you're probably not going to hate me after this video, and you're going to join me. And that's kind of the sad part, is that, yeah, I imagine most of the people that have been angry about me being highly critical to the point where I've just been hostile to MK, most of the people that are still on board with MK will probably start becoming hostile to it. I believe that I'm probably the first content creator firing the first shots. Most content creators are pussy chump bitches anyways, and my shit never gets monetized, so what do I fucking care, right? But yeah, this is not good for anybody. We should all be concerned, and we've got to talk about it. We've got to like call this out as much as we can, and make a big freaking deal about this. Here, let me just make this a little bit bigger here. Thank you for stepping into my office and joining me here at the Pow Pow Cafe. But if you look at this screen right next to my head, okay, right next to my head, and let me pull it back up. This is a tweet from one Ed Boon, who is the inventor of half of Mortal Kombat. The other half of Mortal Kombat was invented by John Tobias, and so this is a man that his name kind of carries some sort of weight within fighting games, with Mortal Kombat being considered by many to be a fighting game. Myself included, I consider it to be a fighting game. I don't like Mortal Kombat, and I consider it more of a fighting game than Smash Bros, which I do like. Fucking love Smash Bros. It's not a fighting game though, guys. Let's get over it, alright? Let's just move on and do different shit. But Ed Boon invented half of that shit. And so when he says something, even though I'm not interested in buying any of his games or involving myself with any of the output of his studio, when he says something, being someone involved in the genre, I do have to take note, right? I follow fighting game stuff like everything. Like, I follow Grand Blue news. Okay, like, I know that they got a character either coming to Melty Blood or just came to Melty Blood, and everybody's hyped and excited about it. You don't even know what Melty Blood is, and I don't even cover it on my channel. That's just how much I'm into fighting games, right? So that's why I'm following Ed Boon, and that's why I still look at his tweets and see what he's saying, and I find interest in some of it, and most of it is just mindless gobbledygook, right? But this one scares me. This one actually disturbs me and bothers me, because it portends to things that are not good, okay? So he is tweeted here, and I'll show you my reply after the fact. But let me show you Ed first, right? Let's let him speak for himself. This is a public tweet, x.com, noob, cybot, sadist, or whatever. And he asks, are you currently subscribed to any paid AI services like ChatGPT? Here, let me cut the music. Cut the fucking music. Let me say that again. Okay, say it from the top. One Ed Boon is asking, no, I don't want to unfollow him, even though I don't necessarily like him. I've also never met him. I just don't like the things that he says and does. They disturb me. Are you currently subscribed to any paid AI services like ChatGPT? Yes, no, and the comments are turned off. Now, for those of you that aren't really savvy and don't follow stuff, you may not know about AI being an issue in the arts, okay? I'm a pretty big scumbag who talks shit on, like, you know, dainty, fancy people, but I still appreciate the arts. I think we all do. All of us appreciate. That's like one thing that drives us. I fucking hate that guy, but you know what? We both like art. We just don't like each other's art, or we don't like the art I don't like Strive, right? And so people that play Guilty Gear Strive, they're like, I don't like you because you like what I like and you don't like what, yeah. But I can agree that Strive, it's still art. It's art I don't appreciate, but it's still art. So anybody that's into art or has any kind of inclinations towards art is kind of like shaking in their boots right now because of AI replacing them. Now, I'm not concerned with that because I don't think AI can really replace me. What makes me interesting is that I say random shit that everyone else is too scared to say, and then everybody hates me, but it's kind of funny, so I get away with it sometimes. Not really, but sometimes. So, like, that's it. That's my shtick, is that I'm an idiot with no filter, so I say whatever comes to my mind, and I just say it, and sometimes it's funny. Like, you can't really replace that because, like, even I don't know what I'm going to say next. So, yeah, I don't think a robot could really replace me. Just because, like, you know, I don't even think I'm supposed to. I'm too weird to live, too rare to die. All right? But other people that work in the arts are worried and they're concerned. They shouldn't be. Okay? If you're an artist, okay, and you truly believe in what you're creating with your soul, all right, from one fake-ass scumbag artist to probably a real artist who can draw, yeah, they can't take that. A robot cannot take away your vision. They can take away your hands. They can take your skills, right? But if you can see something in your mind that has never been seen in the world and you find a way to share that, robots can't replace that. So don't lose hope because that's what makes you an artist, okay? But for the rest of us, right, we are being bombarded with AI slop. That's the big problem. Okay, you see videos with like hands being all, look, that's how you know this ain't AI. I got real hands. I'm touching myself right now and smiling. That's right, I'm on the internet and I'm touching myself and I'm smiling. And I'm probably going to get canceled for the video where I touched myself while smiling and putting it on the internet. But it's, you know, all the shit I said around that. I'm going to be the one guy who touches himself and smiles on the internet, and that's not what gets him canceled, right? But AI makes some garbo, right? I mean, you go on ChatGPT and you kids that use it for your homework, you keep getting in trouble because it's like, dude, ChatGPT's a fucking idiot, bro. Like, it wrote this shit, didn't even put, like, periods at the end of this shit. Like, it don't make no sense. Teacher found out that it was just nonsense and really bad grammar, right? So you got to, like, actually proofread the AI, and you end up doing your homework anyways. Fucking sucks, dog. The future's garbage. Right? But all of us that have dealt with AI, that's why you don't see a lot of AI shit on my channel. Because, like, you know, I'm not like, oh, yeah, no, somebody who draws is going to lose their job. And I'm like, nah, this makes me realize why I need those guys that can draw. Because this shit sucks, dude. This shit don't even look like the Incredible Hulk eating a banana. The fuck is this, dude? I was like, give me the Incredible Hulk eating a banana and a sign that says Badger is great. Couldn't even spell my name right. So, yeah, a lot of us that pay for shit want quality, all right? Now, I don't care if somebody puts out something that maybe isn't to the quality that I like, if that's why art is subjective, right? We could have standards of what's good, but even if I have standards and I say, nah, this sucks, someone else is still going to say, I don't care, I like it. Case in point, Mortal Kombat. I've been saying it for over a year. This shit sucks. And yet half of you guys are like, I don't care, dog, man. I just like the story, bro. Scorpion's cool. And I'm like, okay, whatever, right? Nothing I can say to get you to stop liking the game. Okay, and nothing you can say to get me to restart liking it after all the other shit that made me fucking hate this stuff before this, right? But this bothers me because it means, right, that most of the gaming industry is in a hoopla because we've seen that AI art can help you, like, pump out a bunch of really cheap shit really, really fast, right? It's not necessarily good. certainly the technology's getting better, but at the end of the day, you still need a artist behind it with good ideas to feed into the machine, right? But for the most part, AI is just like kind of garbo with what it like puts out. We don't want to buy that, okay? Most people that want to buy a video game, especially someone like me who's knee deep in a genre to the point where I consider myself a connoisseur, you know, of art. I want to buy a game that was made by a dude who thought like, yo, man, we should balance that fireball, make it +5 on hit. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe that fireball should be minus on hit, man. Dude, you get too much of a reward. It should just be safe. But, you know, at least we can have that discussion. The robot's just going to put out a bunch of weird-handed Liu Kangs, like, eating gobbly freaking turkey burgers. And I don't even know if the game is going to work properly. And even if it does, it'll just be, like, soulless and sad. Or maybe it'll be really, really dope, but, like, 3 guys made it by feeding their ideas into a machine that, like, pumped out all the actual, like, hard work. Right? Because that's how AI is. You just feed it prompts. Give me a game where Liu Kang beats Shao Kahn and there's, like, 30 characters you could play as. You know, like, but that's it. This is the death, dude. Because you've got to be able to look at what's going on with this tweet, okay? He's asking a question, and it's a poll, okay? So he clearly wants you to engage and give an opinion, but comments are disabled. So he doesn't actually want your opinion. His opinion is made. He wants validation. He wants to see if everybody picked yes or no. He's already decided yes or no. Now we are making inferences now. Okay, we're digging deep into what the motivations are of what his decision may or may not have been. But if we look at on face value what we just have here, he is asking a question, and he is not looking for further embellishment on why you agree or disagree. He's just asking if you are using a service that the mere act of using is controversial. Okay? You can't just sit there and say AI, chat GPT, in any atmosphere, that is a controversial thing. We already talked about school. If you're at school, yeah, chat GPT is going to get you in trouble for using that at school. You don't talk about it at school, right? If you're an artist, people are going to be like, did you draw that, or was it chat GPT AI robot drew that? You don't even know how to draw. You just typed in unicorn. Beautiful, but you're an idiot. And so that's where we're at, right? It's a controversial topic, and he's asking our opinion. Do we use it? And he doesn't specify whether or not he does use it. He just wants to know, do you use these things? Yes or no, and then shut the fuck up. So this isn't engagement in a dialogue of, hey, I'm a game developer and an artist, let's have a discussion on these things. What this is social validation. He's made a decision. He wants to test the waters to see if that decision floats. Now maybe he's made the decision not to use chat GPT, and he wants to see if everybody else is. I'm praying that's the case. If that's the case, then you know what? I take back a lot of the awful shit I say about Ed Boon. He's a good guy if he's fighting against AI slop being the standard. But I look at the output of what he puts out, and it's like the human equivalent of AI slop. It's like sweatshop, third-party licensed trash with a pretty budget, you know? But the games don't work. They still don't work. Like, they're clearly busted, and there's like hardly any thought or care put into the last one. Like, you don't need me to go into the details of this man's output. Okay? Jesus said you will know what kind of tree you're dealing with by the fruit it puts out. And that a good tree will put out good fruit. But a sickly tree, it is impossible for a sickly tree to put out good fruit that you can eat. It will just only put out sickly fruit. That will make you sick if you eat it. I did not say those words first. I'm merely quoting a better man. who I wish I could come up with stuff that smart myself. But those are words that I live by. Those are words of wisdom that I believe in. And I look at the output from this tree, and it hasn't been the sweetest fruit. And now to know that this tree is entertaining, making that fruit even less sweet. This is dark, dude. This is dark, and it's not even just for MK fans. I honestly, I take back all the awful shit I've said. Look at me right now. If you're an MK fan, I take it back, dude. You don't fucking deserve this, dude. You don't. You don't deserve for the MK12, Shaolin Monks 2, Injustice 3. You don't deserve for it to be made with AI. Like, that's like when I said, oh yeah, I hate MK, I want it to go away, I want the company to go out of business and the fans to find a better game to play. Like, this is actually worse than that. This is worse, man. Yo, the next MK, first of all, if I worked at NetherRealm, I would be terrified. Like, this would scare the shit out of me. To see my boss talking about testing the waters on who is using a tool that is all over the news about him replacing me. Like, holy shit, if I work at NetherRealm and I draw, like, you're fucked. Like, you're fucked, dude. I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm gonna help you. All right, if you work at NetherRealm and you draw, like, hit me up. We'll figure something out. I've said some awful shit, dude. I've said some awful shit to NetherRealm fans, all of that. But dude, if this is the direction they're going, this is worse. Hit me up, bro. We'll work. I'll give you a reference, dog. If you try to get a job at Call of Duty, I'll be like, yeah, nah, man, he made Mortal Kombat. He's good. I'm a fan. I'm a content creator. People listen to me, right? Because this is dire. This is like real life dire. Like, they're gonna fucking fire everybody there and replace them with robots. And I pissed off my computer, but I called this, guys, months back. I said, dog, they're gonna, if these games don't do well, remember my Christmas Miracle video when you guys made fun of me, right? All the times. And I said, bro, this is the direction that it's gonna go in if we don't put our feet down and try to do something. And most of you guys are collectivists, and so you collectivized against me. Congratulations, dude. Now your franchise could potentially just be disposable AI trash, dude. Like, that's it. That's it. They're entertaining the idea, okay? Like, they're going to go the route of doing this because they think that this will make them more profits, because they're moron commies, like a lot of those people. Those of you watching know that there are others that are watching that, yeah, communist idiots, right? They all think collectivist mindset, but we can break that. We're breaking that. And it's sad that these people are going to lose their jobs before they break free from the machine and start thinking for themselves. But, like, dude, literally the boss of Mortal Kombat is up in here saying, does anybody use AI tools and services that you have to pay for? Don't elaborate further. Simple yes or no will be sufficient. Like, that's not some, like, mustache twirling demon shit. If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, my heart goes out to you. I apologize right here and now for every awful thing I've said. I just did a podcast where I shat on all the Mortal Kombat people, made a lot of enemies. I apologize. I take that back because you don't deserve this, man. Y'all don't deserve this. Y'all do not deserve for your game, your franchise that you love, that you put all your money and time. Dog, I don't fucking like Sonic Faux. Big shout out to Online Kale, my man Online Tony. I used to train with him for years and years, and now his son beat up Sonic Faux and embarrassed him, and that's pretty fucking tight. Online Tony, man, you gave me one of the best birthday presents ever. I need to get back in touch with you, dog. But because I'm pretty sure you're playing Fatal Fury, right? Yeah, we should get down on Fatal Fury and get your boy playing too. I heard he's sick at MK, but even Sonic Faux doesn't deserve this. I've been very critical of Sonic Faux. I will be critical. I don't like him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't like me. If he doesn't like me, good. I don't want him to. But there's got to be lines, people. There's got to be a line in the sand that Sonic Faux don't deserve for his game. to be turned into AI shit. Nah. Mortal Kombat don't deserve this, man. Mortal Kombat don't deserve this future, this fate, this destiny. Mortal Kombat fans don't deserve to watch their game get turned into soulless AI drivel. I mean, I've said awful things in the past, but they could get worse. And so, yeah, you know, that's it. Let's just squash the beef, MK fans. There's bigger fish to fry, dog. We could sit here and argue and all that, but I don't even know what to do to help you. Like, boycott the game? Like, oh, that's just going to make them lose money and hire AI faster. You know, support the game? That's just going to encourage them to go faster towards AI. Like, you're literally in a rock and a hard place and you're fucked, dude, and there's nobody that can help you. And my heart goes out to you. I hope God and Jesus is with the Mortal Kombat community. I'm praying for the Mortal Kombat community. Because, you know, I believe the AI is the devil, man. That's the devil. At least as far as art goes. I've never seen good art from AI. Just cheap garbo from people that aren't good enough to draw their own shit. I mean, my art sucks, but, like, at least I fucking make up my own jokes. So, you know, anyways, I had the balls to actually fucking retweet. I told Ed Boon, I was like, this is a cute way of saying the next MK will be AI slop. I'm waiting for the next round of tell-all podcasts from ex-NRS devs when they get laid off. That's about the only thing interesting coming from a studio that's now entertaining AI subscriptions on Twitter. And, yeah. That's it, man. I don't imagine a lot of people have the balls to say or do anything like that. And so far, the MK faithful have not jumped down. Usually when I tweet at Ed Boon, you guys fucking rip my head off and come at me in the comments, right? And that's fine. That's just friendly banter among fighting game players, right? I shit on MK, you shit on Fatal Fury, or we'll all shit on Street Fighter and Guilty Gear, and at the end of the day, we're all going to end up buying Virtua Fighter, and a lot of us should probably go back and look at Grand Blue a second time, right? That's where I'm at. I'm like, I need to get Virtua Fighter, and I need to give a second look. I gave a second look to King of Fighters. That paid off. All right, let's check out Grand Blue, right? Because Axis Arc System wasn't always dog shit. They made good games before Stride. Maybe those people, like, you know, they made something else, right? But at the end of the day, like, we can't be enemies anymore, MK people. I don't care if you still consider me an enemy. That's not really something that I worry about. Just know that, yeah, man, I feel bad for you guys. This is like, bro, I gotta be honest. This is worse than Fatal Fury, like, funding itself off Saudi money. That's already, like, tiptoeing on the moral edge of, like, but it's like, at least with that, it's like, well, that money is going to go somewhere. It either goes to, like, evil people or it goes to SNK, right? The money already exists. They got it from the oil. It either goes to SNK to make better games or it goes somewhere else, and Lord knows where else, right? That money, they could have bought out MK, and MK would have spent that money on better AI, whereas SNK took that money and they spent it on getting Ronaldo. You know, take it or leave it with Ronaldo. You can certainly criticize those decisions, but I feel like using AI in game development is just, I don't feel like anybody who uses AI in art deserves to be paid. When you make money, you're paid for, like, the effort and the quality and the outcome, right? How much time did it take? Was it hard to do? And is it any good? With AI, it doesn't take any effort. It's not very hard to do. And it could be objectively good to some, you know, objective standard. But, like, I don't want to give it money. And I feel bad because MK fans, it doesn't look like they have a lot of that choice. We've got to just be, I don't know, vocal. Say some shit, talk some shit, make some enemies. Here's the deal, guys. In order to survive in this world, because this world is going to eat you alive, okay? You cannot avoid your dark fate. You will be eaten alive. The key is not to learn how to fight. The key is to learn. Who's calling me? You need to shut the fuck up. The key is don't learn how to fight. The key is to learn how to survive. Okay? Make yourself indigestible. Grow some spikes. That's a quote I found somewhere on another YouTuber's channel. That's it, man. All you can do, this shit's happening regardless of whatever you believe. So you just put your feet in the dirt, you put your heels down, and you say, I'm not. And I'm out.